In this example, we add the list of y into the list of x. But did you know that you could use the spread collections instead, and it will add the list of y inside the list of x? This is the video player package, and it will allow you to add videos inside your app. And how do we use it? First, you will need to create a controller called the video player controller, and then you will use the video player with the controller inside. The indexed stack. When I click on buttons, I will change the index of this stack, and then it will display a different image. You can do this for any widget. You can add a filter inside your app for any image. For this, you will need to use the color filtered, and inside you will have the color filter.mode. You can change the color, and you can change the blend mode. The child is the image. Instead of using multiple column and row in order to create a table like this, you can use the data table widget. Inside you have the columns, which is all the headers, and then you have the rows. That is all the data inside. This is a placeholder for this image. And how do we do this? With the fade in image widget. .asset network. We have the placeholder, which is a GIF, and we have the image that is from the internet. You can put the fade out duration to have a certain duration. How can we reorder items inside a list? For this, you can use the reorderable list view. For this, you have the children that have a list of list style. You have the onReorder that will have a logic in order to remove the old index and insert the new index. This is 3 different animations inside our app. As you can see, this is the Lottie package. And the first one is the Lottie.assets that will have a controller and will stop after the first animation. The second one is also an asset but will always continue. And the last one is from the network, the Zoom Navigation Drawer package. It is very cool, and you can use it by calling the Zoom Drawer widget. Inside you have the menu screen and the main screen. This is the main screen, and this is the menu screen. You want a shortcut in order to call the init state or the dispose? Then use the awesome Flutter snippet extension. They have a multiple of shortcuts. You don't want to go over this in order to see the error? Then you can use the error lens. This will show you what is your error. This is the extension. If you want something more iOS, then you can use the Cupertino action sheet. You have the title, the message, and then the actions, which are the Cupertino action sheet actions. And then it will look just like this. If you want to trigger something when the user scrolls inside the application, you can use the notification listener. As you can see, we are writing scroll update, and when the user stops, it is scroll end. And this is controlled by the notification listener that have the on notification that return the scroll notification. And then you are able to know if it is a start scroll, update scroll, or an end scroll. Finally, you just need to add all your widget inside the child. This is a normal image, and this is an image wrapped with the clip path widget. And as you can see, we have the clip path widget. We have the clipper that switch when I click on the image. And then I created a class called clip path class that extends the custom clipper. This is a blur container with a text inside. And we use the backdrop filter for this. Inside you have the filter. We use the image filter.blur with the sigma x and y. And then you have your container in the child. This is an image that will fade in and fade out forever. How did we create this one? With the fade transition. Inside we have the opacity, that is an animation that will repeat, and we have the child, which is the image. This is the QR Flutter package. You can create the QR image widget that have the data and then the size of the QR code. You can scan this one and you will see it is this value. What is the wake lock package? It will allow you to enable the wake lock, which means this screen will never turn off. And you can activate the wake lock by using wakelock.enable, or you can disable it with the wakelock.disable. Sometimes you want to display a widget only if the value is true, and otherwise you will display an empty container. But did you know that you could use the conditional if expression instead? So you could say if the value is true, then display the text widget. If you want to have colorful bracket like this inside your code, then you could go inside the extension and use the bracket pair colorizer too. Did you know that you could add an app bar like this inside your app? And it is very easy. You go inside your app bar, you add the bottom argument, and then you add the tab bar. You have all your tabs inside. And then inside your body, you will use the tab bar view, and you add all your children. If you want to edit an image, by example, blur it, rotate it, or deform the image, you could use the image filter it. For the first one, I use the image filter.blur. For the second one, I use the matrix4.rotation_z. And for the last one, I use the float64list.fromList in order to deform the image. If you want a search bar like this inside your app, you could use the show search. And then you just have to create a custom search delegate. And this is a simple class that will extend the search delegate. If you have a flow of data that come through your app, which we call a stream, you could use the stream builder. You add your listen to the stream inside, and then you have all the snapshot of your data. If you want to display information when the user click on a certain widget, you could wrap this widget with the tooltip and give this tooltip a message. This is a button, and when I click on this one, nothing happened. This is because we use the absorb pointer that will absorb the click. It is very practical if you want to block a click on something. Okay, this is important. If you want to sell physical product inside your application, you need to use the in-app payment plugin. That means you can use Square or Stripe in order to make your sales. But if you want to sell digital product, by example, coin in order to upgrade your character, then you need absolutely to pass by Google and Apple with the in-app purchase plugin. Maybe you want to print every name inside a list. Instead of saying for each, calling the lambda function and then print every name, you could use just the thereof. That means you use the names that for each and you only call print. It will do just the same. This is an image and a text over it. How to do that with Flutter? You just need to use the stack widget. It is like a column, but they will stack one over the other. First we have the image and then the text over it. This is a stack of 3 positioned widgets. What the positioned widget do? It allows you to position your widget everywhere you want. So by example, we use it for the first one at 30 from the top and 30 from the left, but the last one we use 120 from the top and 100 from the left. This blue square is inside an animated builder. What it does, it will transform and rotate this square, and it is controlled by the animation controller. This is a card with a text inside. But what if you would like to have your card a certain width and a certain height? You could use the sized box for this, and as you can see, you will have the width and the height. I wrapped the text and the rocket with the screenshot package. When I click on screenshot, it will then suggest to save the image, and if we go inside our image, we will see the text and the rocket. It is a very cool package. The next 3 tips are from Robert, and I will link his channel at the end of this video. This is what we call a modal bottom sheet, and you can get one by using the function show modal bottom sheet, and then you have the context and the builder that will return everything that is inside the modal bottom sheet. This is the animation package, and it is pretty cool. Let's first activate the slow animation just to show you how it works. And this is how to transition between pages. As you can see, we can transition by the x-axis, or we can go with the y-axis. It is a different transition. You have multiple other transitions inside this. To create any form inside your app, you can use the custom paint widget. And inside, you just need to add a painter and the child. For this app, we have wrapped the custom paint with an animated builder in order to make it look like this. I found this project online and I will try to add the link in the description. If you want to animate a logo like this, you can use the rotation transition. You have the turn that is a curved animation, and then you just put the child, which is the logo. This is the record package. It will allow you to record, pause the recording, play it back, and then stop it in order to listen to it. You can also delete the recording. It is more than 300 lines of code, so I will not show you how to do it. The shader mask will allow you to create a text like this. You just need to return a radial gradient, you add your 2 colors, and then you have the tile mode. I have used the mirror. If you want to display a loading screen for your user, then you can use the linear progress indicator widget. If you want to add the $sign inside a string, you could use the backslash. But did you know that you could use the air before in order to make it a raw string? This is an animated list. You can add items from anywhere, and then you can delete any items with the remove button. First, you need to have the add button and the remove button. Then you can add the animated list, and then you have the key, the initial item count, and the item builder. This is a container that have 150 of height. If you want to add a text inside, you will see that the container will remain the same height. But what if you would like the container to be adjustable? Then for this, you could use instead the limited box. And as you can see, it will fit the size of the text. But if you remove the text once again, you will see that the height will be at 150. To create an animation when switching element inside an app, you could use the animated switcher. Then you need to have a duration, a transition builder, and then a child, by example, the text, that will switch and animate every time. To align this Flutter logo at the bottom left, we have used the align widget with the alignment to the bottom left. But you could use the top right, and the Flutter logo will be on top right. If you want to have better icons inside your app, you could use the Font Awesome Flutter package. And then you just need to add the Fay icon and the Font Awesome icon dot any icon that you want. You can also find in the description the catalog of all icons. If you want, you can also use the animated text kit package in order to have different text style. This is an animated widget. It is very easy to do. You just create the constructor, an animation, and then you will create a build that will return the transform.scale that have inside the progress of the animation. This entire widget is a checkbox list style, and you can create one by using the checkbox list style, the title, the value, the unchanged, and the secondary. And as you can see, the time dilatation is only a scheduler. And you can do the same thing with the switch list style. It is very easy. You use the switch list style, the title, value, unchanged, and the secondary. This is an expansion panel list. You can create one with the expansion panel list widget. You can add the expansion callback, the action inside, and the children for the expansion panel list, which will be a list of expansion panel. Animations are very nice to do with Flutter. This one is called the animated positioned. And when you change the width, the height, or the top of this animated positioned, you will see that Flutter will animate the change automatically. This is a button inside a 200 by 200 container. But what if you would like to have this button to have 25% of the height and 50% of the width of this container? You could wrap it inside a fractionally sized box, and it will do just that. This is not a button. It is a yellow container. But how can we trigger something out of it? It is simple. We just wrap the container with a gesture detector, and then you can have the untap argument with your function inside. This is a drawer, and you can add one inside Flutter by using the drawer argument and the drawer widget inside your scaffold. And then you have the child, which is a list view. You can create slidable in order to have actions inside. For example, delete, or you could also share something. It is very easy. You use the action in order to have the left side of the slidable, and then you use the secondary action to have what is on the right. This is a text inside a rotated box. And what you can do is change the quarter turn in order to rotate the text or any widget. As you can see, when we scroll down, we have the little bar on the side. And this one is called the scroll bar widget. You can wrap any widget with it, and you will have the scroll bar on the side. It is very practical for every web development. You want the user to sign something in your app? Then use the signature package. It is very cool and very easy to use. This is a coding tips. If you want to declare 3 variables that have the same type, you can separate them with the comma instead, and it will do just the same. This is a blue box with 0 padding. Let's change this by adding 100 padding everywhere. But how did we add the animation? It's simple. You just wrap the blue box with the animated padding. Then you add the padding that change the value, and then you have the duration. This is a simple image.asset, but we can make it fade to disappear. It's simple. You just wrap the image with the animated opacity, you add an opacity level, and then you add the duration. And that's it. You got yourself the image fade. This is a button inside a 100 by 100 black container. Do you think it is possible to make the button go outside of the container? Yes, you can, with the overflow box. And it looks just like this. And you can see that the bottom is inside the box, but outside also. If the user don't have an internet connection, maybe you would like to display something else in the screen. And this is the Connectivity Plus package. As you can see, when I remove my Wi-Fi, now the connectivity result is none. Dismissible. It will allow you to remove any item inside a list. First, you call the dismissible widget. You add the child, the background color, which will be red for this one. then you have the key, and you have the onThis which have the item.removeAt from the index. This is the device info package, and it will allow you to have all the information from the device. Have you ever wanted to drag something inside your app? For this, you can use the draggable widget. In this example, we will drag what we call int, and every value will be 10. So as you can see, if I drag it, the value 10 has been registered, and it will be added every time. Okay, now we have the child, which is the blue box. We have also the feedback, which is the green box, and we have the child when dragging, which is the orange box in the behind. Now we know how to drag something, but the question is, how do we receive the information? It is very easy. For this, you will use the drag target, you will create the builder, and then you have the return, which is the black box with the score inside. And then when you accept the data, you will set the score. If you want to create a game with Flutter, then you can use the bonfire package. It will allow you to create games just like this one.